Our daughter buried us alive. I could hear her laughter as the dirt hit the coffin lid. My chest tightened. My nails scratched against the wood. And then, my husband's hand found mine in the darkness. He leaned close, his voice trembling but steady, and whispered, "Hold your breath. Pretend we're gone." That was the moment I realized our own child wanted us erased from this world. And if we didn't follow his instructions, we would never see daylight again. My name is Marjorie. I am 61 years old. For 40 years, I thought I knew the shape of my life. My husband, Simon, with his carpenter's hands. Our garden that burst with tomatoes each summer. The faded painting of the lake above the fireplace. We were ordinary people. A small house in a smaller town. A church choir. A Sunday roast. And our daughter, Elise. She was the bright center of that universe. Until money and a new man rewrote everything she was. People always say you begin to see the cracks after a storm. For us, the storm was quiet. It came as an attentive daughter who called every week, who suddenly became the one with solutions, with the kind of advice that takes over. It started small. Suggestions about investments. Polite comments about downsizing. "You're getting older, Mum," she'd say, while touching the edge of the kitchen counter, as if measuring time itself. "Why not move into a place with an elevator? We could help with the paperwork. It would be so much easier." Her voice was velvet. Her eyes, when they weren't on Simon, were sharp and hungry. A year before the day she buried us, she convinced us to meet with a lawyer. Just to make things tidy, she said. She brought coffee and legal pads, and that soft expression that made you forget to be suspicious. She suggested consolidating accounts, granting her power of attorney for our convenience. We declined. Simon was cautious by nature. He liked his tools labeled and his finances balanced. I was never reckless. But I trusted Elise. It's a mother's flaw. I told myself she was only trying to help. Then one night, long after the house had gone quiet, I found the bank statement half tucked in the drawer. An extra withdrawal. Then another. Small amounts that might be dismissed as mistakes. I called Elise. "Honey, why is there an ATM withdrawal from the 3rd? She laughed. The kind of laugh that doesn't reach the eyes. "Mom, it must be a bank error. I'll sort it." She did not sort it. The withdrawals continued. Late-night transfers with names I didn't recognize. I confronted Simon. He shrugged and said, "Maybe she's going through something. We should help." Help. The word tasted like mustard in my mouth. They moved with a quiet, deliberate charm. There were other signs. The way she moved her head when she listened, like someone cataloging weaknesses. The way her husband, Andrew, would lean in during Sunday visits, whispering plans about real estate, strategic investments, urgent opportunities that needed capital. He was handsome in a corporate way, a smile that closed like a trap. I watched them together once and felt a coldness, a private joke that excluded us both. Elise changed in ordinary, precise ways. She started insisting we sell the house. "It's too much," she'd say. "We could get a condo by the river. Think of the maintenance. Think of the stairs." Simon brushed it off. He loved our house. He loved the way the morning sun hit the old banister. But the seed had been planted. At dinner she'd casually talk about long-term care, about accounts, about listing our heirloom furniture because it's bulky. I felt used, like a pot being emptied, to make room for a stranger's things. I tried to speak to friends. My sister Marta listened, frowned, and said, "Don't be dramatic, Marge. Children do this. They prod when they think it'll help. Mothers hear that and let it slide." For months, I held my suspicion like a small stone in my pocket, heavy, sharp, hidden. Then the day everything changed arrived. Crisp, full. Elise called and suggested a picnic at the old quarry, the place where I'd taught her to skip stones. "A family day," she said. "Just us. Some fresh air. We'll celebrate your anniversary early." She sounded delighted, as if she were returning a memory to me. They arrived with backpacks and a brand new camera. Andrew carried a thermos like an offering. Simon's face lit up. For a moment, the old rhythm returned. The clink of forks, the sound of plates, laughter mending things. We walked the trail. Simon steadying my pace, though I refused my cane. Elise insisted on taking pictures. Smiling faces. The lake glittering. Simon and me holding hands like a postcard. They suggested the perfect spot for a panoramic photo. A narrow outcrop above the water, with a steep drop. "It's safe," she said, soft as a prayer. "Everyone comes here." I felt a tremor in the ground beneath my feet. The same tremor mothers feel when a child steps out of the world you know. Simon and I exchanged a look. A private caution. But the day was sunny. And love is sometimes the thickest fog. They asked us to stand close to the edge. We obliged. Elise clicked the camera, then asked for one more photograph. "Just step back a little so the trees are in frame." Her hand brushed mine, familiar, practiced. One step. The world shifted. A gust of wind. A scuttle of a bird. And then hands on my shoulders. I felt the shove before I understood its cruelty. We tumbled. The drop was a nightmare in slow snapshots. The gasp. The scream. The sharp bite of air leaving the body. The world turning into sky and stone. I hit the ledge, then the jagged bottom. Pain exploded through me in a white, relentless flare. The sound of splintering wood. My own body. My husband's voice, fractured into fragments. For a while there was only noise. Metal. Bark. The far-off thunk of a camera dropping. I thought that was the end. That the quarry was a place where memory stopped. When I came back to myself, I was in darkness. Not the heavy, peaceful dark of sleep, but the thin, sour dark of an enclosed space. Wood above me. Earth pressing in. My lungs burned. My hands clawed at something grainy. My nails scraped the rough interior of a coffin. Simon groaned nearby. His hand found mine. His fingers were cool and trembling. "Marge," he asked, his voice distant. "Simon," I whispered, though whispering felt like smuggling air. My throat was raw. My body ached as if it had been hammered. "Are we?" I mouthed. He coughed. They said they called it an accident. His voice was paper-thin. "They left Weir." I heard her above. Elise's voice, so close it could have been in the next room. "Is it done? Are they?" Andrew's laugh. A rustle of plastic. The sound of feet retreating. Then dirt. A heavy, muffled thump as the earth filled above us. The world narrowed to pressure on the lid. The tiny cavern of air. The cold of Simon's hand gripping mine like an anchor. "Hold your breath," he said, slow, urgent. "Pretend we're gone. If she hears us, if they hear, they'll finish it." There was a roughness to his voice I'd never heard before. The voice of a man who had carried the weight of something terrible for years, and finally cracked it open. "So we did." We breathed shallow, timed the smallest movements like a ritual. We lay still as the days folded over the coffin. As the cries and false mourning drifted down and then away, time became a thin string of sounds. A distant thud of boots. Winter rain tapping the ground. A fox calling in the night. Sometimes I thought I felt the coffin shift, like a small breath through a crack. But it was always my imagination. We kept our secret carefully. When Elise's voice came near the lid, soft prayers and practiced sobs. We did not move. Her footsteps faded. We listened until her car left. Tires crunching gravel. The engine fading like a memory. After what felt like an eternity, silence took over. Silence and the small, bright terror of being alive in a place meant to hide bodies. It was Simon who noticed first. A hollow sound beneath the wood, like someone tapping in curiosity. He had been a carpenter all his life. He understood, with the way others understand language. He pressed his ear to the lid, mouthed letters into the grain of the coffin, as if trying to read. "They came back," he whispered. "Someone's digging." But I could hear more than digging. There was a voice, low and careful, not Elise's. A man's voice, old, cracked, like the worn leather of our mailbox. Mr. Kane, the groundskeeper at the quarry, since before our children were born. The wood creaked. A faint wedge of air appeared. A sliver of sky. A hand, knotted with age, steady like a compass, pushed the lid aside. A mouth whispered, "Don't make a sound. Are you two alive?" I blinked. The voice was Mr. Kane's. The name felt like a miracle. "Yes," Simon rasped. "We're alive." We were hauled out like discarded laundry into gray light. The air stung. My bones felt like a string of wet matches. Mr. Kane's face was a map of worry and indignation. He looked at Simon as if he'd seen a ghost. "Took you long enough," he muttered. I followed her truck. His eyes had a hard glint. I always thought she loved money more than her mother's laugh. He turned to me, face softer. "Blessed be. You're safe." By the time rescue teams and police arrived, Elise and Andrew had driven off. They had staged the scene well. An accident during a family hike gone wrong. But they hadn't counted on the groundskeeper's conscience. Mr. Kane had seen them the week before, loading a suspicious wooden box into their truck. Checking ropes. He followed the truck that day, watched them walk up to the outcrop. When nothing came back, guilt and old loyalty pushed him to search. The hospital smelled of bleach and hopes. We were treated like fragile artifacts. Simon's ribs were crushed. My pelvis bruised beyond memory. But we were together. In the emergency room, as nurses moved with practiced urgency, a young detective, Detective Morales, sat across from me. He listened with a patience that felt rare and clean. "I'm so sorry," he said, voice low. "You two are very lucky. We found Mr. Kane, a good man." He remembered seeing Elise and her husband, and he followed them. "He's been very helpful." He paused, thumb tapping a notepad. "We also found something else in Mr. Andrews' truck, a digital recorder." He looked at me. "He's been recording conversations. Entries from last month, discussions about wills, about speeding up the process, and a plan to make it look like an accident." Relief arrived with bile. The knowledge that our daughter had tried to kill us came with a strange, burning nausea. "Why would she?" I began. My voice broke. The world slotted jaggedly into place. Bank accounts. Late-night whispers. Fake concern masquerading as love. "Money," the detective said simply. "And if the recordings are true, some debt collectors." He set his eyes on me. "I need you to tell me everything." So I told him. About the small withdrawals. The pressure to sign. The late visits. The night I found the statements and Elise's laugh on the phone. About the push. The dark. The way Simon's hand found mine. How he whispered, "Hold your breath." Simon's voice cracked in the hospital room. "I should have told you years ago about Richard." The name itself was a wound. Our firstborn. The boy who never came back from the gorge. I leaned closer, waiting, dreading. Simon's eyes were heavy with regret. He didn't just die in an accident. There were debts. Threats. People I should never have crossed. And Richard, he paid the price for my silence. The words landed like stones in water, spreading ripples across everything I thought I knew. In that moment, I understood. Elise hadn't grown up in safety, she had grown up in shadows. Secrets had built the walls of our house. And secrets have a way of teaching children how to betray. The recordings on Andrew's device became the backbone of the case. Elise's voice, cold, tired, rehearsed with anger, was there. Planning, cajoling, admitting she had to move quickly. There was also an audio. Her and Andrew laughing. Laughing at the convenient accident they expected. It was a raw, pitiless sound. The police matched the voice to her. They obtained enough evidence to arrest them. The town's whispers turned to a roar, and then to a hush. The kind of hush that falls after the last page of a book is turned, and you are left with the weight of what you just read. At trial, I sat on the witness stand. I watched my daughter through glass. She wore a suit that fit too well, armor that had never known a mother's touch. Her eyes were defiant. She told a version of events that made her the hero. The daughter who tried to help two stubborn parents. But behind her in the evidence room, And in the technician's printouts was Andrew's confession and the recordings, Elise planning the accident. When the jury came back, the verdict was guilty. Attempted murder, conspiracy, fraud. They were sentenced to prison. The judge's words felt brittle and ceremonial, but they were justice, measured in a way that suited the law. I sat through the proceedings and thought of two small faces. Elise's sons. Children brought to court with bewilderment I found unbearable. They were innocent of their parents' crimes. And innocence is a sober thing in courtrooms. It sits like a small bird waiting to be fed. In the months after, Simon and I rebuilt what we could. We could not put the years back in place, but we could choose what to keep. Friends rallied. Mr. Kane visited often, pruning the roses, as if trimming away the memory of everything else. Detective Morales became a friend, checking in with a quiet, habitual kindness. The community collected itself around us, in ways I hadn't expected. A year later, when the adoption papers were signed, I felt a strange, complicated joy. Elise's boys, Oliver and Sam, came to live with us, under legal care that now replaced their parents' authority. The court had decided we were the most stable custodians. They were small, solemn, quick to smile when we let them climb into our laps. Some nights, I tell them stories. Stories about a man named Tobin, a wizard in bad shoes, and about the lake where stones wanted to disappear. They giggle at the names, and then fall quiet, the way children do when they learn the world is complicated. People ask if forgiveness comes. They ask if I can look at Elise and not remember the weight of that day. Forgiveness is not a switch. It is a slow, stubborn weathering. I do not forgive what was done. I will not pretend the wound is gone. But I learned something hospital lights teach you. Survival is not just about being alive. It's about finding the small, ordinary remembrances that anchor you. Simon's laugh when he can't reach the jar on the top shelf. Oliver humming while he washes his hands. Mr. Kane bringing tomatoes in summer, like offerings at the altar of second chances. Sometimes, when the house is quiet and the boys are asleep, Simon squeezes my hand like he did in the quarry. We remember the dark that nearly swallowed us. He still says, with the humility of a man who knows his mistakes, "We were buried, Marge, but we came back." And I answer, because the truth is a comfort I no longer guard with fear. We were buried, Simon, but we learned to breathe again.